Hi, I'm Fran Sisco. I think I know everyone here, most people. And I introduced a number of you people before. We're not going to obviously go through that again. But the number one guy tonight is Elliot Glick, the owner of the place here. I want to just give him another thank you. For having us come here. We're going to make a DVD tonight. Not tonight, we're going to make a DVD of the night. So we're taking video. If anyone has any problem with being in a cinema verite style, unbelievable video that will turn into maybe a Cannes Film Festival film and may get noticed around the world, if you have any problem with that, raise your hand and we won't take your video, okay? Okay, Richie. Alright, so we're getting a late start. The hutch was backed up. Hopefully nobody was hurt in the accidents and stuff. But what we're going to have is 8 comedians. One wasn't able to make it tonight. And I'm going to do about 3 or 4 minutes in a set, and then I'll be introducing each of them. And they're going to be on stage, on this wonderful stage we have here, for about 5 to 6 minutes each, okay? Now you as an audience, of course you don't want to have your cell phones on, of course you don't want to be talking too much, you know, that type of thing. But one thing you definitely want to be doing is laughing. You know, I mean, that's like an important thing to do, is to laugh. Because this is a comedy night. So if there's anything that we're doing that's not making you laugh, then we need to change that up, all right? All right, so for those of you who may not know, there's something about me that I would like to share with you that may not be obvious, is that I'm transgender. I was born a man. I know it's hard to believe, but some people say they know that from my knees. I don't know. I think I have feminine knees, but some people say, oh no, I know that's a guy. You can tell by the knees.
No way.
No? He's gorgeous. Maybe my nose or something. I don't know. Some people say transitioning to female is like arithmetic. It's a matter of adding and subtracting. But I'm not going to be subtracting anything. I'm not subtracting anything. In fact, it comes in very handy. Or it comes in hand without the Y, maybe. And so, being transgender, people say, why do you love it so much? I love it. Absolutely love it. It makes me feel young, much younger than I did as a guy. And I love when people call me Miss. Don't you like when they call you Miss rather than ma'am, you know, and stuff? So I was in CVS, and you know how the cashiers are at the counter and they call your name, they call Miss or Ma'am or whatever? Well, this one is calling Miss, Miss, and I don't hear her because I'm doing my emails. The line is long, I'm not paying attention. Guy behind me whispers, Miss, they're calling you. I said to myself, oh my God, this is great. He thinks I'm a young girl. He says Miss. The cashier's thinking I'm a young girl. The whole store thinks I'm a young girl. Oh my God, so my head is in the clouds. I go up to the counter like this. I'm so excited. She sees me close up. She sees the wrinkles, the whole bit. And then she says, CVS card, ma'am. Oh, I got so deflated because of that. So it threw me off so much, I accidentally went into my male voice and I said, here you go. And then she said, oh, thank you, sir. So it really threw me off, you know. So I went from the heaven of Miss to the purgatory of man to the hell of sir in 3 minutes. But I didn't feel that bad because the computer knew I was a woman. Because she handed me a receipt, and the receipt said $2 off feminine products, including sanitary napkins. So I said, not only did the computer think that I was a woman, but young enough to have a menstrual cycle. You know, one thing about being female, because I've been living like this full-time since January 1, 2011. And am I doing all right?
Yeah.
Am I doing all right? I mean, I know my nose could use it, you know, I know maybe I need to do something about my voice and stuff, but I really love it. I really love it. And I hope I don't influence too many of the men here. Joe, I don't know if this is going to cause you to maybe become transgender or something like that. No, you don't think so? Okay. I know it might, Frank, you know, and stuff.
I was brought up in Howard Beach, so it's a little different.
Oh, yeah? Well, I was brought up in Mount Vernon, and when I was brought up, I can't tell you why I was becoming transgender, because I was brought up as a very Italian, macho guy, and I kind of lived that way for a long time, you know? In fact, I was so Italian that both parents, my grandparents were from Calabria, and on the other side were from Calabria. My grandmother, Nani, when I would wake up on a Saturday morning, because she lived in the same house, at 9 o'clock in the morning, she would say, "Here, Frankie, here's some breakfast for you. Italian bread, pepperoni, supersad, a lot of oil, olive oil on the top of it." And then she used to give me a pony of anisette and say, "This will wash it down for you." 9 years old, anisette, you know. But anyway, I was very Italian, grew up that macho kind of way, but I used a dress to relieve stress or whatever it was, but I'm happy this way. Sometimes I revert to the Italian, not to the Italian, to the male way of doing things. Like I was on this plane from Chicago, and you know the bathrooms, how they're so tight? So I go in the bathroom, I do the latch in back of me, and I look to, lock myself in. I look down, I see the toilet bowl, I take the paper, I'm thinking I gotta take the paper to put on the toilet seat, I gotta turn around, I gotta pull my dress up, I gotta pull my pantyhose down, my cincher. I'm thinking, all of this work, who's gonna know? So I like to go back to when it's convenient being a guy, you know? Another time I go back to being a guy is, as a guy, I was kind of messy, maybe, for some of the people that know me. I was a little messy or disorganized. As a girl, you can't be that way. You got to be more organized, neater. It's more feminine to be that way. So I watch women. I watch them when something falls on the floor. They go like this. They lick their finger. They see, let's say it's a little crumb. They go over and they bend down, nice and dainty. They pick it up and then they walk it over to the garbage pail and then they throw it out. So I watch all this. So I'm thinking, okay, next time it happens, I'm going to do that. I'm in my kitchen. The toast gets burnt. A little piece of black bread toast, smaller than that, falls on the floor. I do the same thing. Go over, bend down dainty, pick it up. On my way over to the garbage pail, I looked at it, It was a perfectly good piece of toast. Oh God, who's gonna know? So anyway, so with that as a little bit of an opener, please be tolerant. We have lots of different kinds of people. We have transgender people. We have I don't think you were up for rape yet or anything, Frank, right? We have very macho guys here. We have all kinds of people here, right? So